Today I want to talk to you about Syr Vondam Sunstar Exemplar, a fantastic commander in my eyes, and from what I can see online so far, no one is really talking about them. Why is that? At first glance, it's quite easy to see that this is just another aristocrat's commander, let's say. But if we look more carefully, we can actually start to see that he's a lot more varied than that, and this makes him an absolute fabulous commander for an Orzhov Blink Flicker deck. Syr Vondam has the following text. His Vigilance Menace, and whenever another creature you control dies or is put into exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Syr Vondam and you gain 1 life. When Syr Vondam dies or is put into exile while its power is 4 or greater, destroy up to 1 target non-land opponent. All this for 2 mana. This means we can repeatedly get value for blinking and flickering our creatures, utilising their ETB effects over and over again, all while at the same time growing our commander, who has 2 fantastic keywords with Vigilance and Menace, making him great at both attacking and defending, while at the same time gaining life, which keeps us in the game, and also with a few extra cards allows us to drain our opponent's life totals directly. It goes without saying that we're going to use Blink and Flicker effects like Cloud Shift, Ephemerate and Flicker of Fate. But while Flicker decks are renowned for their value because we can use cards like Teleportation Circle and Conjurer's Closet to constantly repeat these effects, they aren't really known for their ability to pressure opponents as much. And that's why we're targeting our opponent's life totals directly with this deck. Cards like Corpse Knight and Lunar Convocation, Starscape Cleric help us do just that, attack our opponent's life totals while we sit back and gain life while building value. By using cards like Reverend Hoplite, Abdul Adrian, Preston the Vanisher, we develop a board presence which just simply cannot be ignored, and like I mentioned, we're doing all this while our commander grows in power, ready to deliver that knockout blow, the classic 1-2 punch combo. Speaking of combo, we had to slide a few in here, and with life gain and life loss triggers, it's so easily done, so in we slide the big bad himself, Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Like all bracket 3 decks, we need to prepare to interact with our opponents because let's face it, they're also trying to win the game. With a whole suite of exile-based removal, such as Swords to Plowshare, Despark and Dire Tactics, we can make sure none of our opponents gather any board presence and also deny any graveyard decks their beloved synergies. Oh, and did I mention that our commander is also removal as well? So with cards like Flowering of the White Tree, Inspiring Leader and Day of Destiny, their power will always be greater than 4, turning all of our flicker effects into potential non-land removal spells as well. We all know it takes time to set up the perfect board state, so with cards like Ghostly Prison, Authority of Console and the Charismatic Conqueror, we have time to breathe while Helpful Hunter, Spirited Companion and Wall of Omen allow us to draw cards every time that they enter the battlefield. Hymn of the Fallen, Decoded Transmission and Void Forged Titan are also some great card draw spells that we can now lean into thanks to how the Flicker and the Void mechanic line up with each other. Now we understand the game plan and how this deck is going to function, let's take a quick look at some stats to make sure that this deck can hang in that bracket 3 environment and not fall behind. We have 15 cards that are card draw or card advantage related, 16 blink, 12 removal/interaction spells, 7 ramp, 9 life gain, 8 drain effects to our opponent's life totals, 5 token generators, 4 power boosters, 3 protection spells, 1 double effect which is just a win more card aka Harmonicon, 1 tutor which is repeatable once you start flickering it with Recruiter of the Guard, and we're running 39 lands including MDFCs. As you can see, the mana curve smoothly slides down from 2 up to the maximum of 6, and the average mana value for the deck sits at 2.98. You will be pleased to know that this is quite a cost-effective deck in terms of power level. While in this specific build, we do have a lot of money put into the mana base to make sure that we are playing on curve, you could build this with a more wallet-friendly land structure and still have plenty of fun doing what this deck wants to do. Also, it's probably worth noting that if you've ever played a Blink Flicker deck before, or maybe even an Orzhov deck, you probably have some of these cards lying around that will naturally just slot in quite nicely. And that is Syr Vondam Sunstar Exemplar, a fantastic Orzhov Blink Flicker deck from Edge of Eternities. I've linked the deck list down in the description below, In there, you'll see a load of cards within the considering section to help you build your take on what is a fantastic commander. If you want to see my take on Kylo or Thorel from the Edge of Eternities precons, you can see a whole playlist over here. And if you've enjoyed yourself, consider hitting the like button and leaving a comment down below. I always try and answer all those questions that you throw at me of why I've added cards, things like that. And should you want to, you can click on my face over here and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support as always, and I shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.